My name's Jenna. I recently had two babies back to back, and I'm sort of.
Sarah Silverman, she's making the news these days because apparently I saw an article about her uh, saying something about Kanye West because Kanye West has been on a quote unquote anti-Semitic rant. He's been doing his anti-Semitic quote unquote anti-Semitic thing on Twitter. Here's the thing about and Facebook or something like that. All right. So here's the thing. Here's what I think about Kanye West, and here's what I think about Sarah Silverman. Kanye West is pretty much talentless. All right. As far as music is concerned, the guy essentially reboots other people's songs with him just talking over it. This is essentially what he does with all the hits that he's had. Now, all the hits that he hasn't had, they suck. Probably because he's using his own music. I don't know. I don't actually listen to him all that much, except I know a bunch of songs that he does that were big hits, and every single one of them was him just talking over other people's stuff. All right. Kanye West, I don't know. Kanye West as a black person has a race card, and as a black person with a race card, apparently he gets a pass. Not unlike Jewish people, Jewish celebrities who have an anti-Semitic card, and they do a whole bunch of racist stuff and they get a pass. Now, I don't know why Jewish people don't think that what they do is racist, because this bitch right here, this piece of garbage, has essentially built her career on hate. She considers herself non-political, but essentially she's selectively non-political. Like, she doesn't go real hard when it comes to black people. Like, she doesn't ever do jokes about the low black IQ or black pygmies or how dark black people's skin is. That the real negative jokes, or how ugly black people's hair is. Now, I don't have opinion on all that stuff because technically I don't have a thing against dark skin. I don't think black people's hair is ugly, but you know what those stereotypes are. Those negative stereotypes that could get you in trouble if you put that out. She doesn't talk about the pygmies. There's like 11 million pygmies in Africa alone. She doesn't talk about that. She doesn't talk about black rape, which is a real thing. If you look at the crime statistics, she doesn't talk about, and it's not just her. It's all these people, Jewish or otherwise, even blacks or otherwise, who consider themselves non-PC, but then when it comes to really being non-PC, they kind of know where the boundaries are, and then they'll do the real negative jokes on Asians when they can, and they do that because they can get away with it. Or in Dave Chappelle's case, he does his jokes on trans, illegals, whatever have you, because they don't get the same heat that they do if they went and did jokes on blacks. So you do jokes on blacks that are negative. I'm talking about negative jokes, real negative jokes. I'm not talking about neutral stereotypes or positive stereotypes. Now, there's a huge difference between those kinds of stereotypes. Okay, not all stereotypes are the same, and these quote-unquote celebrities, comedians,
Reclaiming this relationship.
people who are in the entertainment industry who write scripts for movies, they know where those boundaries are, as far as, well, I can get away with making these kind of racist, horrible racist jokes against Asians, against trans, against gays, against fats, against women, but I can't do these kind of racist jokes against Jews or blacks, because then you'll get canceled right away, because they'll say you're racist, or they'll say you're anti-Semitic. But these are the same people, these same celebrities who call people out on being anti-Semitic or racist. They do the most racist jokes ever on other people. All right. So it's selective racism. It's selectively non-PC. This is the culture that's existed. This is the neo-racism that has existed from, I would say, from 1995 to 2017. Now, the only thing that stopped that was social media. Around 2017 or so, social media happened. The Me Too movement started gaining steam. So social media, social culture, social justice warriors, that actually helped everybody else out. All right, that actually stopped these blacks, these Jews, these whites in the media from consistently over the last 25 years essentially going racist, dumping their shit on certain groups, and then keeping other groups' yards nice and clean, particularly theirs. But Sarah Silverman have pretty much done the most ridiculously racist jokes when it comes to Asian dudes. All right. You would think that this lady had sucked enough Asian dicks to have an idea, but she hasn't. All right. There's the most racist thing going around the comedy circuit are these racist jokes against Asians, against Asian Americans. For 25 years, they've essentially destroyed the Asian American identity. There was a part Asian American Superman on TV, the most virile representation of the American male on TV in 1993. All right, past 1995 to 2017, the only images that got shown were the most racist, horrifically racist images of Asian males and Asian females for a good 25 years. So fuck these people. I don't care. You know what? I don't care about Sarah Silverman constantly talking about anti-Semitism when she didn't give a flying fuck about her anti-Asianism. She didn't give a flying fuck about racism towards anybody else. And I've said this before. She wants to go out there and say that, what she does is just entertainment, is just jokes. And I've always said this, that most people, when they tell a joke to like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people at most. But when you're doing these jokes and it goes out to thousands, millions, sometimes tens of millions, billions of people, and it's on repeat, you're a propagandist. You're a propagandist. You are not a comedian. You're a propagandist. She knows this. She knows this because let me tell you something about Jewish people, all right? All the Jews I know, they're okay people. I don't know too many Jews. They're okay people, but I'm not going to say anything about Jews, but the religion itself is wackadoodles. All right? It's as crazy and wackadoodles as the Muslim religion, or maybe even crazier than any religion you can possibly think of if you actually go down the rituals that they do. It's wackadoodles. I'm sorry. I'm just being as honest as I can, because they went and the media, the mainstream media, have gone out the way to say a lot of things about the Muslim religion, and the Muslim religion is as wackadoodle as the Jewish religion is wackadoodle. But you don't hear anybody making jokes about the Jewish religion. Like you don't hear the Family Guy, Seth MacFarlane, doing real jokes about Jewish rituals. He'll do jokes about Jews, but it's always neutral. You don't see any kind of negativity in that. It's always neutral or positive. Okay, so these people are okay with positive and neutral stereotypes when it comes to their own people, the Jews or blacks, because they can't get away with racism towards the blacks. So they'll do positive and neutral racism. Right? Positive and neutral racism is essentially positive and neutral stereotypes are the stereotypes that nobody cares about or everybody wants. You want that, the positive stereotypes, you want the neutral stereotypes, but it's the negative stereotypes that everybody deems to be racist. All right? But those negative stereotypes have always have also been funny. And a lot of times you look at the stats, you know, I wouldn't say all of them are true, but some of them are true, but they don't go after the blacks with negative stereotypes. They don't go after the Jews with the negative stereotypes. Unless they're trying to make a point that you're being racist if you do those kind of stereotypes, which is so messed up because that's 25 years of just ridiculous, selective, neo-selective racism. All right? The black low IQ, you know, statistically, that's a fact, but she'll never make fun of it. She did a skit, a blackface skit, thinking that, oh, you know what? I'm going to go out these boundaries because I'm really, you know, I'm pushing the boundaries. I'm a non-PC kind of person, but then she walked back on it. She walked back and apologized. Yet you spent the last 25 years going after Asian American males, going after Asian Americans or whoever else you do your jokes on, and you never apologized once for that propaganda. All right? You never apologized once for propaganda. And you have the ability to go on Google and do your own research. and these people are the dumbest people on the planet. These comedians are the dumbest people on the planet. Over the last 25 years, they've been given a microphone. The dumbest people on the planet got the biggest voice through the media over the last 25 years. That's what the biggest problem in this country is. They gave the dumbest people the ability to express their opinion, and you have America in 2022. Sarah, look at those stats that I gave you. Look at those stats that I sent you. All right. Look at those stats that I sent you, Sarah. There's like 11 million pygmies in Africa. 11 million pygmies in Africa. The average black dude is like 5'6" in Africa. Jamaican 5'7". Haitian 5'6". Black American 5'9". Okay, so I'm going to talk about also racial branding, using the media as a way to racially brand. These blacks have done it. These Jews have done it. These whites have done it. Where they racially brand, they take the 1% of their race to represent the other 99% of their race. They're not doing these Gary Colemans anymore. They're not doing the Emmanuel Lewises anymore. They're not doing that dude from Police Academy, that little dude from the Police Academy with the weird noises. They've been taking this 6'1" to 6'5" people, the 1% of their population, maybe less than 1% of the population, to represent them. Right? It's I've always said that the media is essentially a proxy race war. For the last 25, 30 years, it's been used as propaganda for blacks. It's been used for propaganda for Jews, for whites, and it's been used as negative propaganda, bashing propaganda against Asian Americans, Latino Americans, gay Americans, lesbian American, etc., etc. And people need to wake up to this because it is a fact. But let me go back to Sarah Silverman and her racism. Sarah Silverman, I'm not going to respect anti-Asianism. I'm not going to respect the race card anymore than I'm going to respect the black race card. You guys do the same thing as they do. All right? Kanye West is a piece of garbage, and you are a piece of garbage. All you guys are propagandists. All you guys are pieces of garbage. All you guys deserve every bit of karma that comes your way. Every bit of karma that comes, you make money off of pushing positive stereotypes for blacks, yourselves, and the whites, and you make money for pushing the worst negative stereotypes on Asian Americans, Latino Americans, Asians, Latinos. You guys don't touch the Muslims. You guys don't touch the Muslim because they know they'll blow you up. There's a chance they'll blow you up or they'll cut your head off. So you don't touch the Muslims. All right, not because they have a race card, because they've tried using their race card, it doesn't work. But you've seen those images where they cut people's heads off. You don't want to be that. You don't want to be there. So you do neutral, neutral, and I wouldn't say positive, but you stay neutral on the Muslims. But when it comes to everybody else, Asian Americans, Latino Americans, gay Americans, LGBTs, you guys pushed the most racist, negative stereotypes on these groups for a good 25 years, and you're even wrong on that, because those stereotypes don't even exist. But the facts of those stereotypes don't even exist if you look it up. But you essentially saddled the worst negative lies against Asian Americans, Latino Americans, gay Americans, anybody who you know you can get away with within the boundaries of consequences. But then when it comes to blacks and Jews, blacks, Jews, and even Muslims, you guys stay away from that because you guys don't want the heat from that. But it's wrong. It's so wrong, because the media is used as a bashing machine and a racial promotion machine. It's just not. It beyond wrong. You guys are influencing society in the worst possible way, in the most unfair way possible. But getting back to this, fuck Sarah Silverman. All right, fuck Sarah Silverman for being a piece of shit. I don't care about your anti-Semitism or these black people of the race card, because you guys never cared about your anti-Asianism towards Asian Americans, your homophobia towards gay people, your anti-women's, because you went after Paris Hilton. I'm sure Paris Hilton, and you apologized for that, but you wouldn't apologize for all the negative, horrible, racist jokes that you did on everybody else, particularly Asian Americans. Fuck this bitch.